Is Andre de Ruyter's silence being used to avoid investigating corruption at Eskom? Life behind bars for the Tsakane Graveyard Rapist. 7 months later, and still no home for the victims of the Jagersfontein Dam collapse. Clues to how planets are born. These images of a young star and its glowing dust belts. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. This is Eyewitness News.
This is Eyewitness News.
Let's talk corruption and Eskom. Hawks head Godfrey Lebeya says former Eskom CEO Andre de Ruyter refused to speak to the police about his interview on corruption in February. Lebeya has told Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts that de Ruyter's lawyer has still not come back to the Hawks after promising to do so. Scopa was meeting with the police to determine what they know and how far their investigations are into corruption allegations made by de Ruyter. 2 weeks after de Ruyter appeared before Scopa, police have confirmed the 2 meetings de Ruyter says he had with authorities about corruption at the power utility. Lebeya says police are investigating 3 cases involving him. This includes a poisoning incident at Eskom's headquarters, a complaint by BOSA leader Musi Mamani against de Ruyter for failure to report a crime, and a report containing corruption allegations which de Ruyter delivered to police a day before he appeared before this committee last month.
Mr. de Ruyter declined to meet the officer, but referred him to his lawyer, who promised to talk to the officer. But unfortunately, the promise to come back to the provincial head did not materialize.
And so the blame game begins over incompetence impacting the lives of Jagersfontein's dam disaster victims. We've been told that it has taken 7 months for the Free State government to construct just 3 show houses to present to 186 displaced people. Free State Premier Nxolisi Dukwana says the delays in the construction of 160 homes has been due to 2 contradictory toxicity reports. One claims the sludge released from the dam is toxic, while the other disputes this. He says once the community has decided which of the 3 show houses they want, construction of the homes will begin and can take up to 6 months to complete.
Well, we're currently in Jagersfontein in the Free State, and this morning Deputy President Paul Mashatile visited this area to conduct an oversight visit regarding the dam collapse which happened last year in September. Now, what the Jagersfontein development has done is they set aside 20 million rand, and that 20 million rand is together with, medical bills for those that were injured, as well as research, as well as the reconstruction of homes. And this is the most important aspect, because up until today, 7 months later, no one has received a home. But the Jagersfontein development are saying that they had to wait for all the necessary tests and reports to be compiled before they can go ahead and release the funds for the homes to be built. And they're adamant in that they're going to rebuild the homes according to what the specs were previously. So if a home was 47 meters squared, they will build a home 47 meters squared for that specific person, according to what they had lost.
So as we hit stage 6 load shedding, again, the old favourites are being punted as solutions. It seems the Koeberg nuclear power plant will operate for at least another 20 years. Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe says extending its lifespan is necessary and more nuclear power in the future should not be ruled out. He was addressing Parliament's Mineral Resources and Energy Committee about the Koeberg project, which is expected to cost 20 billion rand. A monster who invoked years of fear will never know freedom again. The Pretoria High Court has sentenced Petetona Lebele, known as a Tsakane Graveyard Rapist, to life behind bars. Lebele earlier this month pleaded guilty to kidnapping and raping 4 girls and women in the Tsakane Graveyard between 2017 and 2019. The youngest was just 7 years old. He was sentenced to life behind bars today. The future of the Ngonyama Trust is being discussed. The Zulu monarch is meeting with traditional leaders at the old KwaZulu-Natal legislature in Ulundi. This is what happened.
Despite the Zulu traditional Prime Minister Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi disputing the allegations that the king would be changing his Ingonyama Trust Board, His Majesty King Mrs. Zuluka Zwelithini has just made that announcement here at the Ulundi Old KZN Legislature. The king has announced to the House of Traditional Leaders that Inkosi Thanduyise Mzimela of the Mazimeleni clan would now take the position from former KZN Judge Jerome Ngwenya.
For the first time ever, this incredible image of a young star called Fomalhaut's extraordinary set of glowing dust belts. Fomalhaut is located 25 light years away from Earth in the constellation known as the Southern Fish. The rings are filled with gas, dust and debris that'll take a few billion years to form into planets, moons and other small bodies. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope images reveal a lot about how planets are born. Back to Earth. Goodbye to you. See you tomorrow.
Eyewitness News. In touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.